My people, it's about that time.
Like a boss.
Live from USA, helping you get paid every day. This is the boss of Bitcoin, the Cristo of crypto. It's your boy BK. And if you don't like me, you must not like money. Thank you for joining me, everybody. Today we are looking at the top 3 coins in the market on sale right now. I view this as a Labor Day sale, one of the biggest consumer weekends of the year, and we have coins 50 to 90% off of their Bitcoin all-time high, and that's what we're going to be looking at in this video to try to help you make some money. So if this is your first time tuning in, congratulations, baby. You are now rocking with the best. My name is BK, also known as the Crypto Trader, and I'm the boss of these charts, as you will soon find out. Every day I grace this microphone with my voices. Another day you get to profit as a result, and today is no exception. So if you haven't done it already, smash that like button and subscribe. I try to make a video every single day to try to help you get paid, and this is one of the ways we do it. We give away free Bitcoin, FREE BTC, every single Friday. And if you want to win some free BTC, just leave me a comment, shout out your city, let me know where in the world you tuning in from, and it's just that easy to get paid. So without further ado, let's make it do the do. Let's go ahead and make this money. Coin number 1, I haven't done one of these in a while, is XRP. This is XRP's chart going back to 2014. This is the most notable section of the chart. It had a monumental run going up 2,000% Bitcoin within just a few short months. Consolidated quite a bit. If you look on the other side of this thing, even if we just go to, we'll start it at like the most dramatic. If you look at that top going all the way down, right now XRP is 95% down on Bitcoin from its all-time high. I think one of the most notable events on this chart just happened. As of July 27th, XRP won its court case with the SEC. This is essentially the event that killed the coin. Back in 2018, 2019, the SEC began to pursue Ripple over a lawsuit claim saying that it was a security, that it was acting as a threat against the government, and it never paid taxes on ICO, bunch of whole different things, and they thought they were going to get $2 billion from XRP. Well, that was settled. And I think the judgment was for like 100 million, 125 million, which is substantial. But when you're looking at 2 billion, like 100 million is a slap on the wrist. So XRP has that moving in their favor now. And it's essentially free and clear to begin to operate as a standard token. So this is definitely, I think, the number 1 coin on the market. When you look at coins on sale with regards to their historic performance, just the simple fact that this was a multi-year process, essentially killing the coin. Even if you go back from the most recent decline, that's still 90% down what it was against Bitcoin. And as of late, you can see just that little peak right here. XRP is up 20% in the past 2 months. So it still has quite a bit to go, but I think there's a lot of upside. Even when you look at the traditional, support and resistance, those green lines right there, statistically speaking, if you're able to buy inside those green lines and hold on just for a few short months, normally you are rewarded pretty well. I think the only time it extended was over here, and that was probably about a year. About a year and some change before it broke out. But now, this is definitely one of the top coins in the market. So put XRP at the top of your list. Next coin we have is Fetch.ai. I did a video on this one not too long ago. I think it has a huge upside potential. This is essentially AI on the blockchain. A few years ago, there was a coin called Singularity Net, and this is the company that has developed the world's first AI citizen. That's right, the world's first immortal citizen. Her name is Sophia, and this is the company that developed her. So if you type in Sophia AI citizen, right? I actually saw her out in San Francisco. She was at one of the LA token conferences. There you go. Look at that. Everything you need to know about her. She's so friendly and nice. You should meet your master and love them. This is her right here. Looks like she might be at Burning Man because, you know, that's a thing. So yeah, this is Sophia, the world's first immortal citizen. She has voting rights and everything forever. And this is the company that made her. Now, I'm not, too fond of the ethical dilemma with having immortal citizens that can vote against regular conscious humans, but this is the company, and they actually just combined. So Singularity Net combined with Fetch AI. They have a new token, I think, that they're releasing. But, on the long term, this is a major play. I think AI is only going to be getting bigger. It's a multi-trillion-dollar industry that's essentially just started. You look at what ChatGPT has done in the world, and you have some of the biggest names in the game, household names, the Fabulous Seven. I think each one of them has their own version of AI that's customer facing right now. So it's pretty amazing. I think this is a great time to jump in on this one for the longer term. Now, keep in mind, we do have our own methodology that we use here called the Boss Method. It's not winning on the Boss Method, but when you're looking at coins on sale, this is definitely one of the more notable coins. I think that has a lot of upside with regards to the growth and the expectancy of continued performance moving into the future. So we had XRP, we got Fetch.ai. The last one is Sand, right? A lot of people forgot about this one. Between Sand and Matic, you basically have two of the biggest DeFi coins in the gaming space. People forget that Bitcoin was actually a digital currency used in an online MMORG, massive online experience called Second Life, to where people couldn't use their credit cards because it would automatically get charged for fraud. So Bitcoin had its first viable use case as a digital currency in this, Second Life video game that people would play online. And it kind of gave like the token utility as a global digital currency, right? So gaming is essentially built into the ethos of blockchain technology. It's, I think, the most simple use case for digital currency. And so Matic and Sand are two of the biggest coins in that arena, and it's hard to, this is like trying to catch a falling knife, but I think as the ecosystem gets built out, as the infrastructure gets built out, these coins between Matic and Sand, you really can't do much worse. Like, it only can go up. It only can get higher. I'm not familiar of any other tokens that have specialized in the DeFi gaming space bigger than that. Like Sandbox, just the concept in itself, like when you look up what is a Sandbox video game, essentially it's an open world environment where you can do anything at any time, and the game just keeps going on and on forever. Essentially, it's kind of like Roblox. It's like you have all these people doing all their little missions, and the game just continues to play. It's pretty crazy. Whereas a lot of video games are kind of set up on a track, and you could jump to this track and jump to this track and jump to this track. Whereas a Sandbox is just like anything goes. Whatever you want to do, go do it. Here's the world, right? Kind of like Fortnite, when people, instead of fighting each other, you just go and walk around the city and build, sky castles. Like, it's crazy. It could be pretty cool. So I think Sandbox, even though this is not a huge upswing potential, I think, like XRP or even Fetch.ai. I think over the long term, it's going to be hard to get a better price when you're looking at the viability and the usability that this token will have in the future. I think I'll give you one more, and I haven't talked about this in a few years, but that is Bitcoin China, or I'm sorry, Bitcoin Cash. That is Bitcoin Cash. BC, not that one. BCH, right? When this coin came out, essentially it was paired to Bitcoin 0.3. I remember like the early pre-fork price was like 0.3, right? I think this thing has it. Yeah, there it goes, all the way up there. So when it first came out, it was like 0.3 up here somewhere. And this thing is just tanked, right? But people don't realize it's the essentially a very, very, very close cousin to Bitcoin. So like whatever viable, usable value Bitcoin has, by definition, Bitcoin Cash can pretty much do the same thing. And those two letters right there, and the fact that Ant-Man has been mining this coin since the fork, suggests that it is possible if, Bitcoin gets outside the hands of, the presumed authorities of the East, then BCH can be a viable alternative. As a lot of people really don't even know about this, kind of forgot about it. But it's a top 10 coin, top 20 coin. You go to CoinMarketCap, look up the price, look up the volume. This thing is up there with the rest of them. There it goes, top 15. So it's very interesting to see, some of these, top coins in the market are essentially 90, 95, 98, 99% down with regards to their all-time highs versus BTC. I think all too often we kind of get lost in the moment looking at Bitcoin and, not realizing this is actually an economy game. Like we just talked about it. Like Bitcoin Cash is 97% down over the past 10 years. And it's like 7 years, sorry. We just talked about the gaming space. But what's happening right now is like you have to learn how to maximize your time and your profitability with regards to time for every single one of these coins. If you have money on Bitcoin, that's fine. That's going to get you more dollars. But it might be more efficient to put it on another coin. Right? And that's what we see happening right now is, do you put it on Solana? Do you put it on XRP? Do you put it on Tron? Do you put it on Aave? You literally have tens of thousands, of different options, and it's only getting bigger and bigger every day. 2.4 million cryptos at this point. And so that's one of the things I try to specialize in is helping you understand, cut through the fat. If it ain't paying, it ain't staying. This ain't no soup kitchen. This ain't no charity. And we damn sure ain't catching no falling knife. So that's what we do. We trade using the boss method. None of these coins, by the way, are winning on the boss method. I think XRP is the only one that technically would be a buy using the methodology we use. But I think just for the purpose of conversation and, to give us something to talk about for a future use case. And I think Bitcoin Cash is very interesting. I think a lot of people have forgotten about BCH. I didn't. I was there when it forked, and I was in a meeting in Atlanta when they said why it forked. And essentially it was an ultimatum from, the powers that be. Of the East, and they said, if you don't give us Bitcoin Cash, we will crash the Bitcoin network. Nobody wanted that, so they got their fork. And so, if you're looking at a 2,000-year game, which happens behind the scenes with these governmental authorities, presumed authorities, then BCH versus BTC could be a conversation people are having in 10, 50, 100 years from now. Quite possibly. I mean, we really don't know what the future holds, but I think the narrative is there for this to be a substantial coin if, the governments and the financial fiduciaries want it to be so. And it's already right there in the letter. It's BCH. It's like it's Bitcoin China. Because they the only ones that care for it right now. And it's still a top 15 coin with nobody even talking about it. It's crazy. It's crazy. So there you go, everybody. That's what I got for you. We got XRP, we got FET, we got SAND, and we got BCH as the bonus. If you appreciate this content, I most certainly do appreciate you. Make sure you like the video and subscribe. Last thing you could do is leave me a comment. Shout your city out if you want to get into that free Bitcoin drawing on Friday. So with that being said, everybody, it's that time of the day. Signing out. Boss. Boy BK, no matter where you stay, Brazil to Bay, California, all the way back out through Germany. Good night, good morning, and good day. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for your time. Hit that thumbs up button for a player one time. Do that for me if you appreciate mine. Till we meet again, stay cryptic, y'all. Peace.
Like a boss.
Huh.
Huh.